Hello everybody and welcome to the Sending Your Adjustment of Status tutorial. In this video we are going to show you step by step on how to assemble your packet before mailing it to the USCIS. Let's get started. Things you will need prior to compiling your packet: Post-it tabs, binder clips, a paper fastener, and a hole punch. The next thing we're going to show you is a cover letter telling the USCIS what we are filing for. We are filing for I-485 application to register under permanent residence and concurrently filing I-765 application for employment authorization followed by I-131 application for travel document. This will explain exactly what we are sending to the USCIS. We will see now two passport style photos with the full name on the back followed by the alien number. Then a check written out to Department of Homeland Security. After that, we will see a cover letter for I-485, and this is just going to explain to the USCIS exactly what we are sending. We have three pieces of our cover letter. Okay, so one thing we did differently in this cover letter is, in this video, is we are only showing you how to do Form I-864 Affidavit of Support for the primary sponsor. In the cover letter, we have two forms, one for the primary and one for the joint, but we are only going to do the primary sponsor. This is the third page, and that's just explain the rest of what we are sending. Okay, so let's get started here. First thing, e-notification form. We had done a video on this, pretty basic. We can see right there that we put a blue tab there. Remember to put tabs. The next thing we have is the I-485 adjustment of status. This is the main thing you're going to need, so remember to put that there. Okay, followed by that we have the G325A biographic information page. This is for the applicant. This is for Jane, our character. Okay, after that we are going to get the G325 biographic information page for the spouse of the applicant. The next thing we're going to show you here is a birth certificate of the applicant. Our applicant Jane received this birth certificate in the Philippines and copied it and sent it into the USCIS. So just a copy is okay. After that, a copy of the passport biographic page of the applicant. Next, we're going to get a copy of the K-1 visa in passport and USA entry stamp. Okay, so you should also have that inside the applicant's passport. Up above on the right side, you can see a blue stamp. That's the entry stamp. Next, we're going to see a copy of Form I-797C, Notice of Action of I-129F, Fiancé Petition Receipt Notice. This is the receipt notice, and you should have gotten that during your K-1 experience. Okay, and then next after that we have the copy of Form I-797C, Notice of Action of I-129 Fiancé Petition Approval Notice. This is the approval, so you have your receipt and your approval notice. Okay, after that we're going to show you the copy of the NVC letter for original I-129 Fiancé Petition. Okay, and you should have also received that during that time period with the K-1. Okay, and then next is a copy of the I-94 admission record. So around the time of your port of entry, they should have given you some number or some website to go to, and you could have printed that off the website. Okay, after that, a copy of vaccination documentation worksheet. Jane received this in the Philippines, in Manila. And then followed by that is an original marriage certificate. We will have other marriage certificates, but you need at least one original for this. So remember to get an original certified one, okay? And then last of all, copy of, or not copy, but wedding photos. So yes, copy of wedding photos is okay. get wedding photos so that the USCIS can see that you are legitimate and that you have a legitimate relationship, okay? Okay, now that we're done with the I-485, we are going to move on to the I-864 Affidavit of Support for the primary sponsor. Here we are going to show you a cover letter of the I-864, and this is just basically showing you everything we're going to file this with and the order it should be in. Okay? Next, we are going to show you the form that we had done in the tutorial, and we can see it right here. Okay, this was for the primary sponsor. Okay, and next we are going to grab our copies of our federal tax return for the 3 most recent tax years. Okay, copies of W-2s is after that. Alright, and then next we have copies of Form 1099 for the recent 2 years. Okay, certificate of employment. Recent pay stubs is next. Bank immigration letter. Copy of passport biographic page. And a copy of your birth certificate. And then you were done with I-864. So then we're going to start I-765. Get the passport style photos like before. Okay. And then the cover letter, I-765. And then this is just again going to show us the content, show the USCIS the contents included. Okay. We're going to start with the G1145 form e-notification, just like before. So a lot of copies of stuff. Just remember, you will be copying a lot of stuff. We have a passport biographic pages and all that kind of stuff. So then that is the I-765 form. Okay, employment authorization, followed by a copy of the I-94 departure, arrival and departure record. So again, another copy. Copy of passport biographic page. And then a copy of K1 visa in passport and USA entry stamp. Okay. And a copy of marriage certificate. So like before, we had an original. We only need a copy of the marriage certificate. Totally fine for copies if you have at least one original. Okay, so we are done with the I-765 cover letter. And we're just going to get another binder clip. Fasten that one together. Okay. And now we're going to start the I-131 cover letter. And this is application for travel document. So we will get started with some passport style photos. Then we'll get the I-131 cover letter so that the USCIS knows what we are filing in this application. Okay. They can see the contents included. We will start now with the e-notification form. Okay. And then form I-131 application for travel document. So this form is pretty awesome. It allows you to travel while waiting for your green card. Great for emergencies, great for vacation. just about anything, okay? And then a copy of your passport biographic page. And then followed by that, a copy of the K-1 visa in passport and USA entry stamp. Okay. Copy of certified marriage certificate. And a copy of I-797 notice of approval for I-129F petition. Okay, so just like before, we have a copy of that for this particular application, right? And a copy of I-94 arrival/departure record. Congratulations, you have just finished your adjustment of status packet. Have fun sending it in.